I I think things are just gonna work. I forgot I wasn't on stream start. Stream start. Hi. Is things live? Things be live? Is working? Ooh, that looks a little chuggy on YouTube's end. Stream health is apparently fine though. Could just be my playback. I hope it's just my playback. So I'm just not using Restream now. That's basically what's going on. Oh wow, I can change this stuff on the fly. So if I were to just do that, wonder if that... I'm experimenting at this point. Twitch is not going to be happy about this, I don't think, but I don't care. Have bits. Have bits, Chip. Chip? Twitch. I should get some background music. We got Earthbound. We have repeating, shuffling. This is how I feel right now. This has been an ordeal. I need to make sure everything's working, for one, and for two, I need to, like, send out notifications that I'm live. This is definitely harder on my computer. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I can feel it's harder on my computer than just using Restream. I will have to sort that stuff out at some point, but this is working, and that's all that matters. Oh, jeez. I am using a completely separate plugin now. I don't think I'm ever going to use Restream again. Like, I just don't think it's going to happen. I've learned my lesson, Restream. You have taught me the errors of my ways. While I'm at it, because I'm going to forget how to do this before I go anywhere. Oh, I already don't remember how to get to that stuff. Oh no. Yeah, this is the problem. I swear it was in setting. Yes. No. Channels, that's where it is. Let me just remove just my stuff from Restream. It's just gone. I will find a solution for chat at some point. For now, everything's fine. I'm calm. I'm not annoyed at all. You can tell by how I have to tell you that I'm calm. Just how calm I am. I wasn't fighting with this for half an hour. No, you're crazy if you think I was fighting with this for half an hour. It's so fitting Hitsuki's theme's playing. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel being off of Restream now. I did have to update my OBS, so I'm expecting things to break.
That doesn't seem to be working properly there.
There we go. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Things are working. I've got both chats. That's good enough. That's good enough for now. I may need to adjust bit rates at some point. Let's get into some driving. We're gonna this job. Yeah, it's taking me somewhere new. I don't know if the game's audio is loud enough. Oh yeah, it should be loud enough. Oh yeah, it's more than loud enough. Right. This is simple automatic. Gotta remember that. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Oh. I still haven't sent out one notification yet. I need to ping my blue sky. I don't need to. I want to. I'm gonna do that really quick before I completely blank on doing it. There we go. There we go. I honestly think I would not be anywhere near as annoyed right now as I am if the people at Restream hadn't been basically screwing me around. Like, the issues I was having was a YouTube API issue, apparently. And apparently, YouTube API issues are so uncommon that and rare that they don't have error codes for those. And my issue could totally have been solved by just disconnecting and reconnecting my YouTube to Restream many times. For those who don't know what I'm rambling about, I used to, I don't anymore, stream multi-stream using a service called Restream. And for the longest time, Restream was great. It worked, it did what I wanted it to, it wasn't intrusive, it worked. Restream worked. It just worked. It's like Skyrim. It just worked. Then at some point, a couple of years ago, they started majorly messing with crap, and it just progressively kept getting shittier and shittier. So I'm now literally just using a plugin for OBS to stream to 2 locations at a time. And it's just working. It's as easy as Restream used to be. And I could not be happier about this. I don't know why I put this off for so long. It was a pain in the ass to set up. I must fully admit that. It had no instructions. I had to go find janky tutorial, but it works. I'm happy. I hope y'all are doing great on this fine Thursday night. I will also say, for those who may have missed my last stream and did not hear this, my sleep schedule is a bit borked, so streams are going to be all over the place. But I'm thinking I'm just going to accept that my sleep schedule is nocturnal and stop trying to quote-unquote correct it when this is correct for my body. And streams will probably just start taking place at night. I don't know how this is going to impact my extra video series. That series already doesn't get views, so it doesn't really matter. My channel would probably be better without it. But I enjoy doing the videos though, so I'm gonna keep doing them. Can't stop me. You can't stop me even though you might want to. You're just not able to. No one is. And believe me, people wish they could. Man, I love PSO2's music. Just gotta say. Hitsugi's theme here especially is, like, really good. That was a case of turning and the truck just went, no. So, yeah. Love it when trucks do that. Where they just occasionally tell you no when you try to get them to do something. It's really cool of them. But yeah, there was a lot of things I could have streamed tonight. And I ultimately decided on just doing Euro Truck, and I'm glad I did. Because I'm gonna be real. I am still a bit steamed over the issues I was having with Restream. Because this isn't the first time I've had this issue. Which is how I know they've had this issue many times before, and could easily have just had an error code set up to be like, hey, yeah, we're not getting a return from YouTube's API. But, you know. Why would they have something like that set up? That would be helpful to consumers. But, yeah. As I made mention, I do hope all y'all watching are having a nice night. Hello, Gunner. That is very fair. I have been having issues with Restream to the point where I'm just not using it anymore. Which does mean the chat is not being carried between YouTube and Twitch anymore. But, oh fricking well. I don't care. There's probably another bot I can use to do that. There probably is. I don't need Restream bot. Nobody needs Restream bot. It will make keeping track of the chat a little harder, but I'll figure something out eventually. I might just change how my layout is again and just have the chat on screen again. I don't know. My layout is always evolving. Always evolving, always changing. Always slowly becoming more crab. Wouldn't that be quite the stream layout? Just crab-shaped. Star Ocean 2. This would be Climax of the Tower. I really need to get the remastered music in this playlist. Though, like, the OG music is really good, but I also really like the remaster stuff. Apparently we're going 35 here. It's a little funny to be working and watching somebody as they work. You've officially become a pseudo-manager. How does it feel? Yeah, I didn't do a horn check. Wait, I don't have the button for horn. If I attempted to horn check, I would just shift gears. I don't think I actually would, because I'm already in forward, but... Tulip music! Ah, what is this one? This is when looking in the holes. This is the song that plays when you look in someone's hole. Take that as you will. I'm just simply not accelerating. This does not seem like a slope. Why did I not just move to using this plugin long ago? Would have been so much easier. Especially because now I don't even need to worry about, like, some bot getting ahead of... like, getting around my, like, moderation on Twitch or something, and then having to also remove its comment from YouTube. Like, I just don't need to worry about that anymore. Why am I so lazy? It really comes back to bite me at times. Earthbound. Credits? Or is this the runaway? It's definitely the musicians, but I think they also played in the credits. But this might just be their theme. I don't remember. I need to replay Earthbound at some point. I really wanted to do that, like, earlier this year and just never got around to it. I'll need to actually get around to that. There's so many things I want to play, though. Like, watching a VTuber that I got introduced to thanks to the 8-bit drummer trying to get the Hades 2 badge. Thanks to them, I kind of want to try doing, like, Baldur's Gate 3 stuff. I need to get Baldur's Gate 3 first, but... that could easily be an around Christmas kind of thing. Because it'll probably be on sale around then anyway. So. Whoa, why is everyone stopping? Why are we stopping? I was holding the brakes. So, oh, we're stopping because people couldn't be bothered to pull out into the proper lane they needed to be in, and instead decided to just stop in the road because this policeman decided to just block the road. I see. I'm going this way because this is the way my GPS is telling me to go. At least I didn't get fined for that. Like, Jesus. Well, looks like I'm driving on the wrong side of the road here because they're just here. I can't honk at the bus. You know, you would think if they wanted to block off that ramp, they would block the ramp, not the road. Especially given, you know, blocking the road like that caused an accident. Man. I even more just sitting here thinking of how much I was more or less getting just messed around by the frickin' support chat with Restream. It's like, oh, you couldn't set your stream because there's an API issue. It's like, ah, there is there? Is that why I'm currently live? I don't think there was an API issue. I think there was just simply a Restream issue. And they just didn't want to mention it. Because I would be willing to bet that right now, I probably still couldn't set my my YouTube side of things, which was that was the problem part, was the YouTube end. It just didn't want to work. Which does lend some credence to them saying, ah, it's an API issue. But at the same time, you would figure that if it was really an API issue, that all of streaming would be down at the moment, not just Restream's ability to be a middleman. Yet, my YouTube stream is working just fine. Like, YouTube's getting 8,000 bits. Twitch is also getting 8,000 bits. I may actually want to lower those because, I mean, I know Twitch doesn't want more than 6,000, but I don't care, Twitch, you're getting 8. I should probably lower it back down to 6, but I know YouTube will happily take as many bits as you'll give it. I'll actually do that really quick, because I can't imagine Twitch is all that happy. I just wanted to see if I could do it. Let's put Twitch back down to 6,000. Check the YouTube side. Excellent connection. YouTube's really happy. Cool. I think YouTube will stay at 8,000 because it really likes it. The only thing I don't know how to check is like dropped frames. That is the only thing I don't know how to check at this moment, because as far as OBS sees, I'm not actually live. Which I know probably sounds really weird, and it is really weird to me, but it's the plugin in OBS that I'm live through, not OBS itself. I think this is Mother. It's at least one of the Eska themes. I think. Kanji. I don't know what that is. I'm not on the kanji yet. I am closing in on 100 days of Duolingo. Which I want to believe, I want to hope that Duolingo gets better, because they've apparently got job listings out to rehire a lot of the real people they've gotten rid of, which is great. There's some parts of Duolingo that I doubt are going to go anywhere. And one of those things is the fact that they literally have 2 tiers of membership. They have Duolingo Super and Duolingo Max. The thing that you can get by subscribing to people on Twitch right now is Duolingo Super, which does not include everything. If you want to have, like, chat with Lily, you need Max for that. Which means you'll have to pay money. If you just want unlimited hearts and no ads, that's what Super gets you. It might also get you a few other things, I don't know. But I know it gets you those. I had a really generous person in the 8-Bit Discord give me their code. So. Which, I hate how you have to redeem it as well. That's another heads up I want to give if anyone watching this is like, oh, I want to subscribe to some channel so I can get that Duolingo stuff. You still have to enter payment details. You basically still have to sign up for a subscription to enter the code. Well, to redeem the code. Which I don't like and feel is very sketch. And feels designed to try to scum money out of people. But you can just cancel immediately, and you keep the 3 months of Super. So that's pretty neat. I don't feel like I'm learning that well through Duolingo, but it would be so much better without their various AI additions, is probably the best way I can put it. Trying to think of things I can yap about. I could sit here and yap about D&D if I'm honest. Namely just down to like me wanting to try Baldur's Gate 3, because like I've played the older two Baldur's Gates, neither of them to completion, but I have played at them. At one point with Baldur's Gate 2, I think it was, I was playing with a friend, and in that game, you can create up to 8 party members for your initial party. It's like, you can have a pretty big party going on. Where I had played before, and he hadn't. Like, he hadn't done anything D&D before, ever. I was like, alright, we're gonna have the full party of 8, and I'll control 7 of them. You can just control 1 while you learn the game. And we were basically doing more or less just a snippet, just as like kind of a tutorial. So this guy could learn, you know, how D&D works. And we're going about the town. He's off doing his own thing. He's playing a wizard. And I'm not thinking anything of it. Like, I'm just going about, buying equipment. I'd already helped him buy his equipment, and I'm just working on equipping everybody else. And then suddenly, every guard in the city turns aggressive, and combat's initiated. If anybody can figure out what he did before I explain it, just based on that context, you get a cookie. I'll give a moment here in case anyone is watching and wants to take a guess at what this guy managed to do to anger every guard in the city. Basically, angering the city against us. Given he's a wizard, level 1 spell slot. He cast Fireball in the middle of the frickin' city. Because he wanted to see what it did. And I can't blame him. Other games have taught you that Fireball is a dinky little thing that barely causes damage. In D&D, Fireball's a tactical nuke. Especially early game. That was a laughing our asses off and then reload moment. Because, like, what else do you do there? Like... And I will say, I've also been back, mostly just because watching this VTuber has really put me in like a D&D mood, plus also just playing D&D online, both of which have put me in a very much D&D mood. I've been back poking at Solasta, which is kind of a hybrid between Pathfinder and D&D, leaning more D&D related, but it's kind of a hybrid. And man, do I wish they had fewer of their classes locked behind paywalls. Like, if you want to have a bard, warlock, or... Crap, what's the third class? It's 3 classes there. Monk. 3 pretty basic D&D classes. You've got to pay like an extra $10 on top of the price of the game. You want barbarian or druid, it's no $10. Like... I can understand, and I'm fine with, like, races being put behind paywalls. Not so much where most of the races are just human. This one's a human with pointy ears. This one's a human with an underbite. You know, this one's a human, but we put them into paint and scaled them down. You know, that sort of stuff. But I'm okay with that, because races don't really matter that much. They're more for role-playing than anything else. But classes are kind of important. Especially when you've got some pretty basic ones locked away like that. Like, I'm not a fan of bards. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a paladin guy. And what do bards tend to do? They tend to debauch and, you know, sin and lust, and paladins aren't cool with that. So, you know, role-playing wise, I don't like bards. I don't care if people like bards. If you like a bard, that's fine. Role-playing wise, I don't like bards. There are some, like, neat ideas I've heard for, like, different things to do with bards that I actually kind of like the ideas. One was from a Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber I watch, who was like, okay, so most bards play instruments, but, like, a bard is just an entertainer. So what if you had a bard that was like a juggler? You know, and could perform their inspiration via juggling instead of playing music. And it's like, yeah, it's actually kind of neat. Because then, you know, their primary weapon could be something like throwing knives or something, you know. Which would be just kind of cool. Like, I like that idea. I'm just not a fan of how most people play bards. Though, I mean, let's be real. Most people play D&D by trying to sleep with everything. They're gonna have to start arming paladins with a horny stick. Like, just to bonk players when they start frickin' trying to sleep with everything. Man, I can't get over how simple this plugin is. I do feel like just so it's actually, like, properly streaming, that I might change exactly how I'm doing this. Fantasy Star Shot. I won't. And, like, have, like, one part set up for YouTube, the other part, like the main part set up for like YouTube or Twitch, and then just have the other be the multi-stream output target. Because I think I could do that. And that way I'd be able to see if I'm dropping frames and stuff. So I think I might set like the basic, like the base OBS to Twitch. Because I feel like that would be just easier. And then have the multiple output to YouTube. Honestly, with this plugin, I could stream to so many more places. Because with Restream, I was always limited to 2. I could not have more than 2 outputs. So, like, even if I wanted to, say, start streaming on, I don't know, Facebook, just as an example. I don't, but just as an example. I wouldn't be able to unless I stopped on either YouTube or Twitch through Restream. But now that I'm just not using it, I don't need to care. I'm good. I could add probably, like, given the upload I've got, I could probably add, like, 10, 15 different platforms to stream on. You know, get, like, Facebook, Twitter, OnlyFans, you know, just get it all going. Only fans would want to see me stream this game. I'm just preemptively slowing down, so I know it's coming. Glasgow. Wonder how this compares to New Glasgow. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably bigger than New Glasgow. Alright, let's see if I can do this. It's only 40 experience, but that just means if I can't do it, then it's not a big deal. This does look decently easy, though. Just need to get the trailer straightened out. Really, YouTube? Really? Doing this to me? You're doing me like this, YouTube? I also really need to get around to downloading all of my music from this playlist. That way I don't need to deal with this stuff. So close. So close. I'm like right there. I know this is cheating, but... No, no, this is not. This is worse. This is worse. I can't see where my wheel is. That was the wrong way. It's 40 experience. I don't care. Let's get another of these going on. Get another job. Yeah, this one will work. This is one of the annoying trucks that you can't keep your head completely straight forward while driving. What is that blinker? It just sounds like you're knocking on something. And this being Rotterdam, I'm going to be on the right side of the road. I think. Yes. This will be Invasion. The theme that plays as you are basically fighting for your life as the Liqueur Hope is readied. Which I gotta say, that is probably one of my favorite cutscenes from the remaster, is the firing of the Liqueur Hope. I mean, the firing of the Liqueur Hope was always cool. But, like, they really went above and beyond for the remaster. And, like, I'm still really hopeful that Square takes the lessons they learned from how much people loved the Star Ocean Second Story R remaster. Like, the Star Ocean Second Story remaster. Like, I hope they take the lessons from that and apply them to all future remasters they do. Because, like, what they did with Star Ocean the Second Story was modernize it, but they kept the soul. They kept the spirit. Now, I do know and acknowledge that there are some people who, for whatever reason, just do not like turn-based RPGs. And thus, kinda want more Final Fantasy VII Rebirths. I don't. Leave my games alone. Just make your own unique games. Which, to be fair, is what they tried to do with Final Fantasy 15 and 16. And to an extent 13. And it didn't work. But that's still the answer, don't you know? Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. The only reason Final Fantasy VII Rebirth works at all is because Final Fantasy VII fans will buy anything you stick Cloud on. I want them to buy 2 of it, put Tifa on it instead. Like, it's really that simple. It's just how Final Fantasy VII fans are. Oh, I need to pull out. That's what he said. My brain just made that joke, and it made me kind of chuckle, so I had to make it. And yeah, I don't know how long these streams are going to be at this time of night. If I had started when I intended to, this would probably be like 3-4 hours. I don't know how long this is ultimately going to be. I've been going for about an hour now. I was like half an hour late starting. So we'll probably still be close to like 3 hours, maybe 4. I'm aiming to maybe do from like 10 p.m.-ish to 2 a.m. I feel like that's a decent stream length. 4 hours. Kind of covers my old streaming time to a degree. I used to stream from basically midnight till 3 a.m., so I mean... This was many years ago, but... But yeah, there's been so many rumors of a possible Final Fantasy IX remaster. Hey, the Coliseum. And my only thought every time I hear that is, oh, please don't be another Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Please. All that game needs, all it needs, is a texture update. It doesn't need a gameplay change. It doesn't need a rebalance. It just needs a texture update. And even that, it doesn't really need. It just needs the textures it already has to be allowed to run at a higher resolution. There are so many games on like the PSX, PS2, that sort of era, where you can make them look absolutely amazing by just simply increasing the resolution. Like in an emulator. Because like the base textures are pretty good. This is one of the trials. Oh, why can't I think of which trial it is? I should know my Star Ocean music. This might actually be the Cave of Trial. Yes, this is Cave of Trials. I think. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's been so long since I've heard the original OST that I'm actually unsure. This would be the wise men explaining their plan. Also the opening theme. I believe the track is called Deadly Hatred. Something like that. Something hatred. Tell me to pull out again, so I'm pulling out again. I don't need to go to Luxembourg's Liege. I should really be going faster than 75, but I don't know. Where I might encounter a hill and an 80km/h speed limit. So... this is disc 2. Don't remember where, though. Yeah, like, I'm so freaking hopeful that Square doesn't mess up a Final Fantasy IX remaster. They can mess up a Final Fantasy VIII one. That's fine. It's just Final Fantasy VIII. No one cares about it. A lot of people care about it. But they can mess that one up. I swear. The worst thought just went through my head. If they put the lead developer of 14 in charge of a Final Fantasy IX remaster, and then he changes Zidane from being a thief to something other than thief, I'm going to be so upset. Because for those who may not know, the lead developer of Final Fantasy 14, Yoshida, I don't remember his full name. Everyone calls him Yoshi P. But Yoshida. He does not believe that the Warrior of Light can be a thief. The Warrior of Light being basically the hero of every Final Fantasy game. You're always playing the Warrior of Light. Just various incarnations of the Warrior of Light. He does not believe the Warrior of Light can be a thief. Even though Zidane exists and is a thief. And that literally the first game, if you really wanted to, you could have a whole party of thieves. Like, nothing like a waking up yawn. I say as if I haven't been awake for a while. I kind of have been. This would be... what's that village name called? Linga. This is Linga's theme. Also used in a few other places, but primarily Linga. GPS wants me to stay out here. Ah, I see why. Okay, I might as well increase to 90. At least 85. This is Magatsu. No, this isn't Magatsu. Who is this? I should know this. Honestly, I should know all of these songs. I put them in the playlist. Might be a persona. I know I've got multiple personas in there. I was actually thinking of playing PSO2 tonight, but I basically figured that where I was getting so salty at trying to get things set up in Restream, that I was like, nah, this was the right call. Which, admittedly, I was getting salty after making the decision of what I was going to stream. But, turns out I made the right decision. I mean, most of that salt is gone by now, but... it's taken me an hour. Because, like, man. Men. I just... And, like, I will say that I am glad a service like Restream exists. Why is speed limit dropped and then speed limit go up? This is why I don't adjust my speed up. Because now I gotta get back up to even 75. Just gotta stay at 75. Old chap Magoo's just gonna go 75. Which, for anyone that doesn't understand that reference, the character / save I used for American Truck Sim streaming was Old Man McGee. So now I got Old Chap Magoo. Here I am at the boats. Means I'm about to be driving on the left side of the road, and left is always right. So, you know, I'll be going to the correct side of the road. It's a guardrail truck. I'm good. I know it's there. Cars that way, trucks this one. Oh, now I'm taking a train. Depart! Departo! This might be Yamato, actually. No, I need to check. No, this is Profound Darkness. Thought it was a Persona. This is, yeah, okay. So I'm totally a safe driver. I totally didn't just literally alt-tab while slowly drifting forward. This is quite the hill. Yep, definitely in the UK now. Because now we're on millipedes per hedgehog. Which is why everything's gonna be really messed up. 50 equals 80. Friggin' 30 equals 40 something. Which it reminds me. Thinking of miles per hour reminds me of Fahrenheit. And the most asinine argument I've heard for, oh no, Fahrenheit totally makes sense. Fahrenheit is how humans feel temperature. Yes, if you're brought up on Fahrenheit, I'm sure that is how you understand temperature. That is how you would perceive feeling temperature. And Celsius is how water feels temperature. It's like, well, yeah, if you're not brought up on Celsius, I'm sure it does seem that way. But if you were to walk up to me and without specifying what temperature you're talking about, say, man, it's 30 degrees outside, I'm not gonna go, oh, that's chilly. I'm gonna go, oh god, that sounds so freaking hot. That's too hot. Who said it could be that hot? Like, that's because I grew up on Celsius. 30 degrees is really freaking hot. Drug is not happy. I don't think I'd be happy having things that close to me either, though. I mean, there's a fair argument, but at the same time, like, that's just how the road's designed, Truck. I can't help it. And, like, I can see somewhat the argument of, oh, Fahrenheit is how humans feel temperature, if it made sense. Because, like, being able to go, oh, well, 90, that's 90, yeah, that's really hot. And be like, well, yeah, but there's a problem with this. And that is, what was the baseline? You know, it's like, oh, it's 90. It's like, okay, 90 what? It's 90 degrees. Well, what's a degree? That's an angle. That's a thing you use in construction. That's means nothing. Like, before scientific measurement of temperature became a thing, it was probably just a case of, man, it hot, or man, it cold, man, it nice. Yeah, only not those words. It'd be probably Old English for the most part, but, you know, or Old French, or Old Spanish. Maybe even Old Germanic. There's a sign there. Man, this just isn't the same without hearing Persona shouting at you the whole time. Shouting that he is Persona! Even though it's supposed to be you, and my character's female, and much shorter. Though, really, it's the Dark Falls that lives inside of you, but, you know. Because you're actually part of the Dark Falls collective. It's kind of already been explained, which is why I'm mentioning it here. Man, I got some mini donuts I could be munching on. I should munch. They're not very good mini donuts, but they're mini donuts. I have been eating so much junk. Not entirely my fault, though, because, like, I'm not the one who bought the donuts. As shocking as that may sound, I, in fact, was not the one to buy the donuts. Fantasy stars shine always. Fantasy stars rise. I can't help it. It's such a good set of lyrics added to this song. Which, if you're wondering why this little bit plays at the end of so many of the boss themes in Phantasy Star Online 2, this is the main theme of the game. This is your theme. Hence why it plays when you're about to be triumphant. Grabbing my donuts. I don't care. I'm swerving out of my lane. Can't stop me. I should not be trusted on the road. So now I'm just eating donuts. Because why not? Donuts. Man, I love when the Tulip parts of this playlist come on. And like, I know there's a lot of people who would look at Tulip and just have the response of, man, that game just looks so bad. Like, what do you mean you need a guide to beat it? It's like, yeah, it's a complicated game. But like, honestly, I don't feel like the message and story of Tulip would work if the game was easy. Because the whole thing with Tulip is it's a story of love. Of finding love. And love isn't easy. Finding love isn't easy. Accepting love is even harder. Okay, indicator. Okay, I got it. I'm over here now. And like, if Tulip was easy, then it would take away from it. Because, like, it is a wacky story about finding love. You know, you move to a new town and... Why are you stopping? Why? Why did you stop? It's not how these work. You move to a new town and suddenly you dream of, like, the most beautiful girl you've ever seen, and then you arrive in that town and oh my god, she's right there. And then she clocks you as the inexperienced dork that you are, and you then need to go about improving yourself, making yourself better. Making yourself someone, you know, who is the prize, instead of trying to treat her like it. Hey, Azure Lane music. Wrong way. Like, the best way I can describe it in a quick and succinct way is Tulip, while it's a game about love, is kind of a game about loving yourself. So close. I do love how much this one track from Azure Lane sounds like MapleStory music. Come on. Yeah! Did it! See, I can do that. And that was 90 experience. That was worth it. I mean, you know, it was still less than just being an ADR class 2, but it was 90. It was something. You know, 88,000 pounds. Did I just buy a used truck for that? No, not quite. I need like 100,000. These are all like immaculate condition, though. These aren't very good used trucks, given they're all just immaculate. This is 144,000. Like, it's not that much more to just get a brand new truck. I really don't know what the difference here is. I mean, there's over 100 horsepower here. But that's really about it. Looks like the same truck bed. Just this has more. This one's fancier. Let's check the other dealership there. This one. Ah. Yeah, the Synard flying theme. See, now this one. That's a difference. Double the price, but... I might go used truck, though, just because they do add more complexity and just fun. Plus, you can get, like, a better truck sooner with a used one. Driving across Germany. Driving some gasoline across Germany. I'm gonna help... I don't know. Crazy Steve. Gonna be helping Crazy Steve out. Thinks the war's still going on. He needs gasoline. This is a nippy little truck. just gonna go for it. Frick it, we ball. I've also now eaten all my little donuts. I now do not have donuts. It is a sad day. Kamikaze! Gives me a chance to move my plate out of my way. Who needs plates? Well, almost made it. There's a wolf on my GPS. Why is there a wolf on my GPS? Why is there a wolf on my display thingy? Doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it's probably company branding, but... Oh, this is a mess. It's a mess, but it's an understandable mess. And I say that purely on account of, like, any European street. If it's this messy, just having a bath. Take a bath properly, chat. I challenge any of you here watching to take a bath properly in the chat. Test your knowledge. Do you know how to do it? It's a very important skill to have. You need to get nice and clean, or else Leo is never gonna kiss you. And, like, if you don't get Leo's kiss, you can never get Miss Zombie Mika's. And we all know you want Miss Zombie Mika's, like. But yeah, roads in Europe that are a complete mess were probably cart roads. Like, that's why they're a mess. They were never meant to have cars. When they were being made, the biggest thing was a horse and buggy kind of thing, or horse and a cart. Like, they weren't designed for trucks. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be good going 80. Maybe. Oh, I should have stayed out where I was. You wanna go? You wanna go, man? You wanna go? You wanna go? I'll frick you up, man. I'll frick you up. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You don't wanna go. We got battle music coming. It's a Sanctuary Guardian. I will push you over that barrier. I am not afraid to do that. I need to pull out or else this truck is gonna have a go at me. Earthbound's got some just special music to it. Like, it's just so nice. I will say, these trucking streams probably are going to be the absolute most common things. But I do very much enjoy doing them. Also, I really do not understand why roads do this. It's like, it just expanded out into 3 lanes. It's eventually going to have to compress back down to 2. One would assume they expand to 3 lanes to try to keep traffic moving. But when you expand back to 2 lanes instead of 3, well, everyone in that extra lane now needs to compress into that second lane. Ah, Saving Harriet. I love this theme. Because not only are you saving Harriet, but the Akashic Records themselves. Cheap viewers on hidden.com remove the space. No, I don't think I will. I don't think I will remove the space. Or I don't think I'll be going to hidden.com either. Wow. Can you imagine going to hidden.com? Like, man. I do gotta say, every time I'm playing any of these truck sims, the thought in the back of my head is always, man, I could be playing RuneScape right now too. Is that a problem? That's my thought while driving? Is, man, I could have RuneScape open. Though, I mean, I'm not playing old school RuneScape. I play RuneScape 3, so it would be a lot harder for me to have RuneScape open. But I could be doing, like, smithing right now. Part of me kind of actually wants to do that. I do have quite a few adamant bars I could be turning into dart tips. Heck, I could be making iron dart tips. They're not as profitable, but I got like 2,000 some iron bars, so... Because yeah, I've actually been back poking at RuneScape again. RuneScape's one of those games that, like, I'll poke at it for like a month or so, and then I just stop playing it again for like a year, and then I'll poke at it for a month or so again. Because, like, I've been playing RuneScape since, like, 2006. Off and on. Sadly not still on that old account. I honestly miss my initial account, but I was an idiot kid. I'd lost a lot of valuable things because of that. Yeah, see, now it's re-merging in. So if these lanes were all full, that third lane has to go somewhere, which means the other two lanes would get congested trying to accommodate it. The fatty lane. But yeah, I legitimately, back in the day, my original account, I had a blue party hat. I got it in a drop party. I then, being a gullible idiot kid, when mentioning that to somebody at the school I went to that I thought was a friend, but they really weren't, who was also much older than I was, they basically convinced me to give them my login details so they could take a look at it, because they wanted to see it. They stole it. So that sucked. My account also got hacked multiple times throughout its existence, so I would have lost the party hat either way, but it still sucked. Funnily enough, I have like a couple RuneScape accounts now, and one of them got hacked and turned into a woodcutting bot. So now that I've recovered it, I just have an old school RuneScape account with like 80, 90 some woodcutting and a rune hatchet. And it's like neat, because the rest of the account's still level 3. So like, yeah, 1 to 3 kind of thing. Like it's a level 3 character. So I literally for a while was using it as a free-to-play looter bot. Not bot. Blah. Free-to-play looter. Yeah, looter bot. Don't bot. Brain. I was competing with looter bots, which is always really funny, because you go and punch them, and they, my limit's 60 now. And they just start running away. Which basically ensures that you get all the loot. So why is my limit 60? This seems like truck discrimination. I don't know how I feel about that, Germany. You discriminate against trucks. I get it's because hills and stuff, but still. Oh, I need to be pulled out. Should do that. Again, that's what he said. But really what he said was, hey man, I gotta pull out. Now that I've put the idea in my head of having RuneScape up, I kind of want to do that, but I don't have the room. I don't have the monitor space. If I do ever do that, I think before I stream, I'll just end up, like, attaching my TV as a third monitor and just have RuneScape up on that. Because, like, I could be making, like... Geez, I don't even know how much per hour it would be anymore. Because the prices of stuff has shifted since I last did the calculations. But it's like... It's something like 6 to 8 mil an hour making dart tips. Which is pretty nice. It basically means if you spend like an hour or two every day, you can easily pay for a bond. The problem is if you're spending an hour or two every day to grind up that GP, you're not really going to be using your bond. And like outside of that, the moneymakers in RuneScape 3 all require like insane combat skills. Archaeology is probably still a pretty decent one, though. There's a lot of bots doing archaeology last I was playing. Man, you want to go? I'll fight you. You want to fight my truck? I will end you. Oh, I need to be in this middle lane anyway. So this works out. I might end around 1 a.m. tonight. Just check the weather, because that'll depend on whether I actually want to end or not. Because I kind of want to go for a walk, but I don't want to go for a walk if it's raining. That's the thing. I've been going for walks around like 1, 2 in the morning. Which has been pretty nice and calming. Like, it's one of those things of like, now that I am awake at night again, I can just tell that I'm feeling so much better. And I'm also just more awake. More awake, more alert. It's one of those things of like, I know people like, it's kind of a stereotype of like, people who do online content always want to move to Japan. But like, I kind of want to just for the time zone, if anything. Because then I'd be awake during the day, and, you know, it's the times I'm awake better now. Though I'm pretty sure it's literally the time of day that matters, but... But there's a lot of places around the world I wouldn't mind moving to. My main criteria for if I ever move to another country is just going to simply be being able to maintain dual citizenship. Because, like, I don't want to ever lose my Canadian citizenship. Because, you know, if I ever do want to move back to Canada, then I want to be able to just do that, not have to deal with literal immigration, you know, and re-becoming a citizen. Which, as I've mentioned many a time, basically means the US is a write-off. I could never move there. Not that I want to, but I could never move there. I think Great Britain's also a write-off, because as much as I would like to move there, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to maintain my dual citizenship if I did. There's a fair few European countries I wouldn't be able to maintain my dual citizenship, but the fact that they're all European countries would mean that I wouldn't feel anywhere near as trapped. I wouldn't be able to come back to Canada easily, but I could still move countries if I wanted to, because EU. So, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it's all, you know, mentally playing with myself because, like, I can't afford moving anywhere. I can't afford anything, so. That's why you stay in school, kids, so you don't end up like me. Man. Between YouTube and Twitch, I actually have 7 viewers right now, which is pretty cool. I really appreciate all of y'all who watch. Like, lurking or not, I really appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoy what I do. I'm just glad y'all enjoy me yapping. Me yapping. Arr. Gotta become a pirate. And yap all day. Yeah. I have been slowly learning Japanese, so that's always fun. I really need to get to, like, the Learn Japanese to Survive games. I've been debating, just for, like, shits and giggles, to stream those. But I don't know how the developers behind those games would feel about that. Because technically that is a game, that streaming it / making videos of it does replace the original, so it would, in a way, constitute copyright infringement. I would be infringing upon their intellectual property rights to give people an alternative way to experience Learn Japanese to Survive. But at the same time, I'm not going to be an expert at it. Gosford. He'd say it's fur. Mannheim. But yeah, I've had those games for freaking ever, and I feel like they'd probably be a decent resource for starting with. Because they were made by actual, like, people trying to teach, not a bird trying to extort all the money it can out of you while feeding you AI slop. Slop! Ooh. Right, I gotta, hold the brake. I also need to do up my Azure Lane. I haven't done that up today. I should do up my Azure Lane soon. So I don't want to forget to do it up. I think they have a new event starting today. From what I've heard, this is apparently going to be a free event. Apparently? Maybe? I don't know, though. The only way I'm gonna know is to actually, like, fire it up. Means I'm breaking another rule of driving. I'm on my phone while I'm driving. Oh, such a bad influence. Jeez, that's almost a gig of update. I don't know how much more my phone has room for, Yo-Star. Azure Lane has gotten to be such a big game. I honestly really wish they would just make a PC version already. That would be so nice. Because, like, I could, like, I've got room on my computer for, you know, a 20, 30 gigabyte game. That's not much. I don't got room for that on my phone. That's the thing. This phone only has 64 gigs of storage, and like 20 of that is taken up by quote-unquote necessary things, of which a good chunk of are just frickin' Motorola crap that nobody actually needs in the slightest. Like, I am literally not able to uninstall the Moto Play Store Do I have to pay a toll to enter the drop-off location? Okay, no, it's just security check. Okay. I'd sure hope I passed the security check. Deus Ex Adam of Adam and Eve trying to recreate God. I'm just gonna do this one. Let's see, does it have a build? It does not have a build. Okay, it is actually a free collab. Neat. Oh, because it's to get 2 girls. Okay. I'll have to figure out exactly how it works later, but... just setting up my Azure lane. It's at least going to give me some time to build up some cubes for the Halloween event. Because, man... their last event absolutely crushed me. Let's do this one. This is taking me somewhere new. 2 places new, really. Let's do this one. Like, I legitimately ran out of cubes last Azure Lane event, so that was fun. Of which was only even possible because of the last German event. It sounds like I'm punching the truck to turn the blinkers on. The last German event, it just ate my cubes. I had like 800 some going in. And there was only like 3 ship girls to the event. I got 2 of them. I didn't get the 3rd one. I spent every cube I had. And have been trying to rebuild since. And then they just did a UR event. So like I didn't want to miss out on the UR. So I spent every cube I had again. Now I'm back up to a little over 100. I am not ready for another event. And the Halloween event is coming up near the end of the month. And there's probably going to be new girls for that, so... Now, it would be really generous of them to just do a rerun and have the only new girls be, like, event shop, so you don't actually have to spend any cubes. That would be super nice of Yoastar. That's not going to be how it works, though, and I know it. I'm just trying to get my hopes up. Watch them release, like, the first UR frickin' naval ship. Like, Adrasail naval ship. That would suck. I don't have the frickin' 400 cubes for that, for a guaranteed pull. Yeah, I should really wait till I'm on, like, a straightaway to mess with Azure Lane. She's Vanguard. Or is she? I don't think she is. I do not see the new girl. Okay, she's a back row auxiliary. Okay, that's convenient. Means she's hot garbage, but... she's gonna be awkward to equip. And has no weapons at all. Yes, she's not gonna be very good. Not me poking at my phone while driving. Totally not. I am a responsible driver. I will hear none of no one say otherwise. Because I got my AirPods in, I'm not gonna hear anything. I don't have AirPods. You know, for being distracted, I'm actually not driving terribly bad. I probably look positively drunk on the road, but I haven't crashed, so... You know what I call that? A win. This is what I call that. There we go. Knew it was gonna happen eventually. I'm fine. Truck's fine. Bounced off the fence, because that's how physics works. Okay. Done poking at my phone. I have everything set up. I don't need to poke at my phone anymore. Ugh. You can tell I am the most responsible driver, though. I'm gonna come and get some fuel on company time. And with company money. From Gob. Just gonna come get a gob of fuel. Fuel. Ba 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 ba. Alright, if you want to yield for me, man, I'll go. It's supposed to be me yielding, not you, but I'll drive. France now. I don't know how I feel about this. My ancestors spent a good long time fighting the French. I don't know how I feel about being here. Funnily enough, like, literally on both sides of my family are people that fought the French. Because one half of my family is Scottish/British. The other half is German. So, yeah. Two peoples who absolutely stuffed it, the French. Man, I really wish cruise control would control my cruise. Stoplights anyway. I was gonna sit and rev, because I can do that, but guess I don't need to. Star Ocean forever! Man, I'm going through Strasbourg. I've discovered Strasbourg. I did that years ago when I discovered that Dunkirk had a sister ship. And in World of Warships, Strasbourg is vastly superior to Dunkirk and is only a tier higher. Like, you get Dunkirk, which has been in the game for frickin' ever, which is a bit of an excuse for this. That has a pretty reasonable reload. I think it's actually like a 26, 27 second reload, maybe be 28. On its 8 330mm guns at tier 6. They're not overly small for a tier 6, so that reload makes sense. It's fine. Then you get Strasbourg at a tier 7. Like, there's nothing special about Dunkirk, other than Dunkirk has a lot of range. Then you get Strasbourg as a tier 7. And Strasbourg has a faster base reload on the same guns and a main battery reload booster. And I think also an engine boost. Like, They're like, what if we put all the gimmicks on a Dunkirk? Ah, Floating Kingdom. Whose homeland? Both are fun ships. And I've had Dunkirk far longer because Dunkirk's just been in the game longer. But, like, gotta admit, it's not as good as Strasbourg. Me, I'm done poking at my phone. Also me. Still poking at phone. Oop. I really should be playing more World of Warships, but I just can't get over the burnout, man. Because, like, a lot of my biggest issues with the game are still there. Including the toxic-ass community. And it's just like, eh. Do I really want to get back into dealing with that toxic-ass community? And the answer is, not really, no. No, I kind of don't. Like, there's some good people there, but man. The just sheer amount of people that just are convinced they're right. There's nothing you can do to change their mind. But they're sure gonna keep trying to change yours. Like, I have had so many people try to convince me that, say, aircraft carriers are overpowered. When they're just not. They're some of the weakest ships in the game. Even on win rate, they're not great. Destroyers are far higher on win rate. Which kind of flies in the face of the argument that aircraft carriers prevent destroyers from playing the game. If they did, destroyers wouldn't have the highest win rate of any ship class. Same with, submarines prevent destroyers from playing the game. Except they don't. If they did, the submarines would have the highest win rate. But they don't. Holoco. Ah, the deep darkness. This darkness be pretty deep, yo. Hey, there's my documents. I just realized I don't have this set up the way I need to have it set up. There we go. It's the wall. They're gonna question why that one bumper is just flat. Is to improve aerodynamics. I wanted to make their truck better. YouTube paused my music again. He likes doing that. Yeah. That's sorted. There we go. Nice sortie music. A lot of rain. Some of that needs to come this way. Nova Scotia's still facing a drought. I don't know what else to ramble about. It's also about 1 a.m. Need to look at the weather at some point. Ah, Threed. I was trying to figure out what theme was coming on. Oh, this delivery's almost over. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the weather after this one's done. And if it's raining, but gonna stop raining soon, I might end my stream. And if it's raining but not gonna stop, I might keep going another hour or so. I don't know yet. I just want to get a walk in, because, like, I've not been exercising as much as I should be lately, but I still want to continue working towards, like, making myself the best me I can be. So I am endeavoring to make myself the prize. Ah, shower of blossoms. I love this theme. Basically, Liqueur Day theme. Well, Liqueur Peace theme, I should say. I've discovered burn. I discovered an aircraft carrier. Oh man. Oh, jeez. I suppose I do also just have some recording I need to do tonight, but I can easily do that after my walk or after a longer stream as well. Like, that's not an issue. I gotta get some Star Ocean First Departure recorded. I keep sitting down to record it, and then recording one episode, and then being like, right, job's done. This just isn't the same without the cheering in the background. Though I suppose, no, this isn't the one that has the cheering in the background. This is the title screen. Similar to the You've Kissed Somebody theme. This one needs a dog going ruff, ruff. That's what it needs. As well as some loons. Being loons. Whoops. There we go. Horn. But yeah, do want to say, this is probably going to be around the time I'm going to be streaming for a while. Unless my sleep schedule miraculously decides to fix itself, which I doubt, because I'd have to go to bed right now for that to happen. And I'm not tired. I've been staying up all night for... Like, I've been sleeping during the day, I should say, for, like, almost a week now. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Alright. That looks too difficult. I mean, it is 90 experience, but maybe if I was on fake automatic instead of, like, proper automatic. Bam. Hey, I think I have enough to buy a used truck. Just outright. Okay, I wanted to check the weather. %60 chance of showers. Hourly forecast is saying completely clear. So, I think I'm gonna go for a walk. Especially, oh, it's so nice out. Oh, and this theme starts. Yes, I am the proud commander now. Yeah. I am glad that I have now sorted my streaming stuff, because now I don't have to deal with restream ever again, and that's so nice. You don't understand how much I hate that service. As much as I'm glad it exists, I hate restream. I loved it initially. Their very first versions were great. And then they started messing with crap, and it just became more confusing to use, harder to use, and just an overall worse experience. So I'm glad to be rid of it. Let me take a quick peek to see if there's anybody I know streaming that I could raid. That's gonna probably actually be live for a while. There is Vapor. He's been live for 2 hours. That's about it. If I thought people watching a trucking stream would watch Splatoon, I would gladly do it, but I don't know. So, yeah. I'm just gonna say that's gonna be it for this one. And hopefully I shall see you back here on Saturday, probably Saturday night, for more streaming. Probably some PSO2. I don't know yet. I never know what I'm gonna stream until I stream it. It's just how it works. I never know what I'm gonna stream. I don't know why I'm putting on this accent. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just how I'll be right now. I'm putting on kind of an Australian-ish accent, eh? So that's just how it's gonna be, mate. That's it for this one. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here on Saturday. So, see you then.